What's going on, everyone? So the New Orleans Pelicans have fired their head coach, Willie Green, and chances are at some point probably going to have a bit of a fire sale. Like, I don't think the Pelicans are going to do something where, like, basically, I mean, no one's truly untradeable, but I imagine that they'll probably want to keep several guys, but for the most part, I think they'll tear it down. And I do think that there are several guys on the New Orleans Pelicans that actually make a lot of sense for the Spurs, given the Spurs' needs, right? Obviously, DeJounte Murray is something that I stay away from as much as, the fondness of Pop and him and his relationship, stuff like that. Jordan Poole, I'd stay away from. Zion Williamson would be fun. I don't think that they should do that. Like, let me be clear. I think they should stay away from Zion. But you look at, what's the one position that they could really use? The 4, right? Zion Williamson, when he's healthy and playing, which, how much is it, New Orleans? I mean, even look at Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels left New Orleans and then immediately got healthy. And we've had several players come out and be like, dude, I think New Orleans is cursed, right? Everyone just gets hurt there, right? So how much of it is just he's on the Pelicans and the medical team and all that stuff is just terrible? I think they need to do a complete revamp of the organization, not even just the firing the coach. Willie Green was the least of their concerns, the least of their issues. But nonetheless, coach is usually the first to go. I don't think it's going to solve anything, but sure. Zion would be a lot of fun. He's on a non-guaranteed every year of his contract, so you do have a get-out-of-jail-free card if you needed to, especially if you don't have to sell the farm. I would love to see Zion and Wemby. The potential, it's you could be the best team in all of basketball. If Zion could get healthy and play to the level that we know he could play. Zion Williamson has genuine top 5 in the league talent. He just can't stay healthy and continuously stay up to date. But if you could be the team that gets Zion and fixes him, you'd be you'd probably be the best team in all of basketball. Right? But personally, I'd stay away from Zion. I love the idea. It's just kind of a personal thing. And I get it. Why even talk about it? But because it's something fun to explore. Trey Murphy III, I would sell the farm to go get. I would package whatever you have to and go get, within reason. But Trey Murphy III is everything this team needs. Can play either forward spot, can self-create, create a little bit for others. A legit 3-and-D guy, can play on ball, can play off ball. And he's young enough to fit the timeline. Trey Murphy III might be one of the best kind of players to solve your needs in the league, given his age and everything and all the factors with it. I would sell the farm to go get Trey Murphy if I had to. I think you get Trey Murphy. Even as soon as this season could be one of the better teams in all of basketball, depending on how they keep playing. But like I said, DeJounte Murray, I'd stay away from. Jose Alvarado, I'd probably stay away from. I think the last thing you need is guards. Herb Jones is another guy. If you could get Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, I think it'd be hard not to get sell basically everything if you had to. Problem is would it be worth giving up a Stephon Castle or a Dylan Harper for a Murphy or a Jones? I know a lot of Spurs fans are going to be absolutely not. That's crazy. But if you're going to keep De'Aaron Fox long term, it makes sense, right? Because then, let's say you traded Stephon Castle, right? You'd still have De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and Victor Wembanyama. That might be one of the best starting 5s in all of basketball. If everyone kind of plays to the level that you need them to play, that balance, all of that, and you're young, you're versatile, you're talented. You'd still have guys like Harrison Barnes and stuff like that off the bat. It'd be tough to, turn away from that, right? It's just because, again, Trey Murphy, if I wouldn't do it for Herb Jones, but Trey Murphy being as young as he is and as good as he is, it'd be tough to say no. If you could keep everybody and just do salary filler and a bunch of picks, be hey, here's a treasure trove of picks, I would rather do that. If you keep Stephon Castle, I'd rather do that. But if you could do I don't know, some type of Jeremy Sohan, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle and whatever else salary filler to get Murphy Jones. I don't know. It'd be hard to say no to that because you solve now both of your wing issues. And 2 of the better two-way wings in the league. and both are young enough to be long-term answers. And you have De'Aaron Fox for the next 4 years, and then Victor Wembanyama. I think there's an argument to be made there. Beyond that, Saddiq Bey, right? I think there's an argument for Saddiq Bey just as a veteran two-way guy that can knock down the three ball, get hot, give you some more experience. Kind of, again, like what do the Spurs need? 3-and-D help. Right now, Saddiq Bey is kind of more, he's not like a star. I don't think he'd solve your starting position, but he'd definitely he's a guy that could be in your rotation, slot in basically 2 through 4 for you. And a guy that can knock down the three ball, play some defense. Guy that can be a little streaky at times, but again, that's why he's a guy that's coming off your bench that can just knock down the three ball and give you a level of consistency. If he's Missy, I think would be fun. You know, you got Luke Cornett and guys for a couple years. Missy is a guy that, like, again, would be kind of more of a long-term answer, and you could play alongside Wemby and stuff like that, give you that shot blocking floor runner guy. You know, to me, it just depends on what's the cost. Like, what is the ask for him? Because he'd be nice to have as just, again, kind of a long-term answer that you could slide Wemby to the 4 and play Missy at the 5. Or, you know, have Missy be a guy that comes off the bench. But you're not going to want him to come off the bench forever. Again, it really comes down to the cost and price for all of these guys. If you have to sell the farm for, you know, again, like I said, Trey Murphy's probably the one guy you look at and go like, you know, you probably pay a pretty penny for. Right, he's a guy that it would be hard to turn down and say no to. Personally, just given like probably cost, what you'd have to give up, right, and what would be worth it value wise, I would love to maybe look at, if I'm the Spurs, can I do like a Herb Jones and Saddiq Bey trade? Right, what would it cost me to get that? Even if you had to slightly overpay. Right, like, because the thing is, Herb Jones becomes available. I think there are several teams that would be on board for Herb Jones. But if you're the Spurs, you have the luxury to look to overpay and stuff like that. You have like a ton of draft picks, all that stuff, right? Like, again, it really boils down to the asking price. The thing about Herb Jones is he's proven. He's, again, one of the better 3-and-D wings in basketball. He's a guy that's last year he wasn't, but like nobody was. It was just like a bad year for the Pelicans. But outside of that, he's a guy that's played, best abilities, availability. If you give me that clear-cut starting level 3 plus another kind of just like veteran 3-and-D guy, I think that's a really good start and a really good spot to be in if you're the Spurs. So if it was me, I would look to, can I get a Herb Jones? Can I get a Saddiq Bey? Or at least a Herb Jones? Like I said, I'd probably sell the farm for Murphy and Herb Jones. Because again, you just solve both of your wing issues, right? Like, I know people would rather trade De'Aaron Fox, but De'Aaron Fox doesn't make sense for the Pelicans. And then also, like, maybe you could do a 3-team trade, right? But then it's like, but again, if you're getting Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, you're trying to win now, right? Like that would be a move for the De'Aaron Fox window, right? Like, Trey Murphy is a guy that I think works in either window. He's 25, but, you know, getting Herb Jones and a Trey Murphy would be for like this window. Like, you're trying to win a championship within the next, like, you know, by De'Aaron Fox's contract. You're not trying to wait for everyone to develop and then hopefully you win, right? Like, type thing. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? Do you think, is there any guys on the New Orleans Pelicans that interest you? Do you think, stay away from all of them? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Either way, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.